Hi everyone, in this lesson we will be relating variables in a data table and writing an equation for it. So the most important thing that you need to find from the data table is the rate of change per number before you write the equation, which basically means the pattern they observed. On the top we're adding by 1 and that's where the per number came from. At the bottom is adding by 3, so that means the rate of change will be plus 3 per number, which plus 3 per number can also translate to timesing 3. Now the next thing we need is to check what else might be needed to get to the answer, which the easiest one to check is 1. So if we times 3 with 1, we get directly 3, and same thing is true for any other number we choose. 3 times 4 is 12. So to conclude this, the equation for this question will be W times 3 or 3W equals to G. And now let's check to make sure it works. And this time we will check with this number, which is the one that we haven't checked before. 3 times 3 does give us 9. That means it works. And now to bring this further, we can also write an equivalent equation, which can be W plus W plus W equals to G. In this particular case, we just basically break down the 3 W's into 3 pieces because W and W and W makes 3 W's. Now in the second example, let's see what happened on top. It is plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 again, and that's where the per number came from. At the bottom, plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. So the rate of change in this question will be plus 4. Again, plus 4 per number can also translate to timesing by 4. And as we have said earlier, let's check and see if we need anything else in the equation. We check with the first number right here. 4 times 1 is only 4. To get to 6, we need to add 2 more. And this would translate to the fact that P times 4 or 4P plus 2 will equal to Q. And now let's check to see if it makes sense with a number of our choice. In this case, I will choose the 4 and the 18 right here, which 4 times 4 plus 2 should give you 18. And yes, it does, because 16 from the 4 times 4 plus 2 does equal to 18. And now to bring this further, we can also write an equivalent equation using the distributive property. Let's go back and review some old math that you have learned, the division method, which this time we'll be using the 4p and the 2. From the 4p and the 2, notice how you can factor out 2 from both, bringing 4p down to 2p only because you divided by 2, and 2 down to 1. Since we can factor further, this is a number that's factored out from the 4p and the 2, leaving us the new equation as 2 groups of 2p plus 1 equals to q. And if you put them back together, you will get 4p and 2. The last one, as we go from one number to the other on the top, we're adding by 2, and the changes at the bottom are adding by 4. So the current pattern in this case given is plus 4 for 2 numbers. And we need to get this down to per number from the 2. So we need to divide each one by 2, which will bring us plus 2 to each number. So the rate of change again will be plus 2. And to translate that, you will get times 2. And now let's check and see if we need anything else in the equation. In this case, this is the first number. So if I take 2 times 2, it does not give 5. We need to add 1 more to it. So after times 2, we also need to add 1, which will bring us to the rule of 2 times x, which is 2x plus 1 equals to z. And again, let's check to make sure it works. This time, let's pick the number right here to see if it works. 2 times 8 plus 1 should give us 17. And let's see. It does indeed, because this is 16 plus 1, which does give us 17. Okay, now for this question, how can we write another number sentence to this? Now let's play around with the last part right here. So if I want to add 1 at the end, do you know I can write it as 2x plus 5. Since it's more than the 1, we can subtract out the 4 to give you z. When you combine these two parts together, it will give you 1 back. So that is another equation for this question. So what are the rules that we went through to find the equation in a data table? 1, we have to find the rate of change for each number, and if it's not, per number, you just divide it to get to the unit rate. 2. Find out whatever else is needed to add or subtract to get to the first number. That's it for the lesson.